The red and blue lights sliced through the dusk like a warning. Heavy boots thumped up my porch steps, each one louder than the last, followed by a pounding on my door that rattled the windows. Animal control. Open up, saw now, saw. We've got a report of a dangerous dog on this property. The voice was sharp, no nonsense, the kind that made your stomach twist. I set down my coffee, confusion creeping in. What could possibly justify this? Behind me, Titan, my German shepherd, lifted his head from his bed, ears perked but calm as ever, his training shining through. I opened the door to find two officers, clipboards in hand, peering past me like they expected a monster to lunge out. "Sir, we've had a formal complaint about an aggressive dog at this address. We need to see it immediately," the lead officer said, his tone vying no room for debate. I stepped outside, easing the door shut to keep Titan steady. "Officers, I'm not sure what's going on. Can you tell me who filed this?" The second officer glanced at his paperwork, frowning. "Elisa Harper says she's head of your HOA. Claims the dog's a threat to the neighborhood." I almost laughed. Lisa Harper. Of course. What those officers didn't know and what Lisa definitely didn't know was that Titan wasn't just any dog. He was an active duty canine with the county sheriff's department, staying with me temporarily. And Lisa, in her quest for control, had just kicked a hornet's nest that would sting her hard. I've lived in Oak Ridge Estates for 8 years, a quiet software engineer working from home. Neighbors know me as the guy who waves, keeps his lawn neat, and minds his own business. What most don't know is that I volunteer as a foster for the sheriff's K-9 unit, housing dogs between assignments or during their retirement. It's intense work, background checks, training, discretion, but it's worth it. Titan showed up 3 weeks ago, a 4-year-old German shepherd with sharp brown eyes and a presence that demands respect. He's a narcotics detection pro, with a SARE VYC record that'd make anyone proud. He's quiet, disciplined, a perfect guest. But at 30 inches tall and 85 pounds of muscle, he's not exactly subtle. We catch eyes on our evening walks, and Lisa noticed him right away. Lisa Harper, Oak Ridge's HOA president, fancies herself the queen of our cul-de-sacs. She's the type to measure your grass with a ruler and slap you with a fine if your trash can lingers curbside past 8 a.m. Control is her oxygen, and anything outside her rigid playbook, say, a big dog becomes her personal mission to crush. Trouble started days after Titan arrived. First, a curt phone call. "Have you registered that dog with the HOA?" I explained that fosters don't need registration, but she scoffed, muttering about standards. Then came a letter, hand-delivered, quoting some dusty HOA rule about aggressive breeds and demanding insurance proof. I stayed calm, explained Titan's training, his role, but Lisa wasn't hearing it. Her campaign ramped up. She'd stroll by my house daily, phone out, snapping pics of Titan through my fence whenever he lounged in the yard. Her posts on the neighborhood Facebook group got wilder, calling him a menacing beast that made her fear for her life on her morning walks. Pure drama. Then she started rumors at HOA meetings, claiming Titan lunged at her through the fence, a total lie, since he barely glances her way. She waved around a 1978 covenant banning large dogs, ignoring that half the neighborhood has labs and goldens. Neighbors started apologizing to me privately, embarrassed by her obsession. Last Tuesday, I came home to a notice taped to my door. Lisa had filed an official complaint with Animal Control, complete with a 3-page manifesto calling Titan a public safety threat. She claimed he was inadequately contained, aggressive, and broke city ordinances. It was thorough, official, and 100 fan-tram fiction. What Lisa didn't bother to check was Titan's status. She sought a big German shepherd and let her biases and her need to dominate run wild. She didn't know that filing a false report against a K-9 isn't just petty. It's a felony, interference with law enforcement. When the officers showed up, I stayed cool. "Officers, there's a misunderstanding. This dog's an active duty K-9. I'm his certified foster." I handed over my credentials, the sheriff's partnership agreement, Titan SARE VYC records. Their faces shifted suspicion to confusion to worry. "Sir, if this is true, we need to call the sheriff's department." False reports against Sarah VYC animals are serious. 10 minutes later, Deputy Martinez rolled up, someone I'd worked with on prior canine placements. He spotted Titan and me, his jaw tightening. "What's going on?" I laid out Lisa's complaint. His expression darkened. "She filed a false report against Titan Saw. Does she know what she's done?" Martinez called his Super VY sore, and I caught snippets of the conversation words like compromised and investigation. Turns out, Titan was tied to a sensitive narcotics case. His location meant to stay under wraps. Lisa's photos and posts risked blowing that wide open. Martinez turned to the officers. "We need to talk to the complainant, Saw. This isn't just a false report. It's interference with an operation." 20 minutes later, 3 vehicles parked at Lisa's house. From my window, I saw her watering her roses, smug as ever, probably thinking she'd won. Deputy Martinez approached, officers at his sides. Her smirk faded as he started asking about her complaint. "Ma'am, you claimed this dog's a public safety threat. Describe your interactions with it." Lisa launched into her spiel feeling unsafe, threatened, but when pressed for specifics, she floundered. "It's just the way it saw at people. Very intimidating. Clearly not trained." Martinez didn't blink. "Ma'am, are you aware this dog is a K-9 unit, trained at a cost of over $50,000, and that filing false reports against law enforcement assets is a felony?" Lisa's face went ghost white. Her power trip had just crashed into reality. "Your social media and photos suggest this was a targeted campaign," Martinez added. "We'll need all your documentation." Neighbors started gathering, whispering, watching the woman who'd terrorized them with petty fines face real scrutiny. Some came forward, sharing stories of Lisa's harassment, bolstering the case against her. The sheriff's investigation moved fast. Lisa's social media showed a pattern of weaponizing complaints against anyone she disliked. Her photos of Titan came with captions meant to scare, not inform. A damning text to a friend read, "I'll get that dog gone, whatever it takes." Worse, investigators dug up her past. In her old neighborhood, she'd posed as an animal control officer, using fake credentials to bully pet owners. This wasn't her first rodeo, it was a pattern. 3 weeks later, charges dropped like a hammer. Filing false police reports, interference with law enforcement, criminal impersonation. Deputies arrested her mid-HOA meeting, cuffing her as stunned board members watched. Bail was set at $25,000, with up to 3 years in prison looming. The HOA booted her, and Lisa, once the neighborhood's tyrant, was left gaping in court, her petty games exposed as felonies. As word spread, Oak Ridge buzzed. The woman who'd ruled with an iron fist was undone by her own ego. And Titan? He's still here, napping in my yard, oblivious to the chaos he sparked. But this whole mess leaves questions burning. Was Lisa just a control freak who went too far? Or is there something darker in people who wield power like that? Should HOAs have limits on what they can control, especially when it comes to pets? And what about Titan's role? Should K-9 units be better protected from people like Lisa? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if this story got your blood pumping, and subscribe for more real-life drama. Let's get this debate rolling. What would Saw have done in my shoes?